10 News starts right now.
I'm Janice Fernandez.
And I'm Louis Aguirre. Here's a look at the stories making news on this Monday.
We continue working a developing story. 3 people pulled from the water in Virginia Key. We're told at least one of those rescued has possibly drowned. Police and fire officials working to figure out what happened. We'll bring you new details as they emerge.
An update on the small South Florida town rocked by a blackface scandal. We broke the story last week of Medley's mayor, Roberto Martel, taking a photo with a man wearing blackface. Tonight, the mayor and other town leaders saying they're sorry at a major meeting. The mayor and Miami-Dade NAACP President Ruben Roberts holding that meeting. Cultural sensitivity training for city officials and police has been proposed.
Hundreds of residents displaced after a rooftop pool disaster in Dania Beach. Fire rescue got a call about water leaking from an apartment building's 10,000-gallon pool on Friday night. The leak forced 250 people who live in the 144-unit building to evacuate. Many heading to nearby hotels, residents still waiting to find out when they can go home and if their apartment units can be salvaged. Dania Beach's mayor saying city officials worked all weekend to help with building inspections.
Listen to Local 10's podcast, The Florida Files, wherever you are, whenever you want. Just say, Alexa, play the Florida Files podcast.
Getting the latest episode of Florida Files. Here it is from TuneIn.
Previously on the Florida Files.
Or just ask Siri, I want to hear the latest Florida Files podcast.
Here's the newest episode of the Florida Files.
Get the Florida Files on Alexa, Google Home, or Apple devices just by saying play the Florida Files podcast. The Florida Files from the one and only Local 10.
3 people rushed to the emergency room after being shot on I-95. That gunfire breaking out near I-95 North on-ramp at Miami Gardens Drive. It began with an altercation between a group of men in the parking lot of a gentleman's club early this morning. Police say at some point the 2 parties split up and took to the road. That's when gunfire reportedly was exchanged between the 2 cars on the road.
As breaking news happens, we have you covered on air and online.
Head to local10.com for more local news coverage and updates. Have a good night.